Hi, I'm Susan McNulty, and today I'm going to demonstrate a technique called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, otherwise known as tapping. It's a very useful technique if you find that you have emotions that are hindering you and that you are unable to move forward from. Resolving emotions can be very important for physical ailments. In my acupuncture practice, many times people come to me for physical ailments, not understanding that they have long-standing emotional blockages that manifest as physical pain if they do not get resolved. This technique can be very useful for things that are debilitating for you, emotions such as anxiety, depression, frustration, anger, bitterness, grudge holding, resentment, jealousy, guilt. Any emotion that you have has a neurological response in the body and sets off a whole series of neurochemical responses that can be very debilitating for your health. This is otherwise called stress. Our mental state definitely affects our physical condition. I think that we're all pretty familiar with that fact at this point. And EFT is a simple technique that you can use to resolve some of your own emotional dilemmas that plague you, that you can't seem to move on from. It can be very useful for post-traumatic stress disorder. Today I'd like to demonstrate how to rid yourself of anxiety. It can be useful when you're having an anxiety attack or when you are facing a situation that you have in the past had an anxiety attack be provoked by. It's very easy to do. It can be done anywhere. And I like to do this with my patients when they come to see me in my acupuncture office, but also I like to teach them how to do it because it's very easy to do for yourself at home. It is basically a system that combines neuro-linguistic programming with acupressure. By tapping on certain energy points, we can send neurological signals to the brain that help to calm down the amygdala, which is the reptilian part of the brain that provokes the fight or flight response. Okay, so let me show you where the 9 points are. The first point is an important point because it's where we are going to use our setup statement, and I'll explain to you what that means in just a moment. But it is just behind the 5th knuckle on the side of the hand, referred to as the karate chop point. The second point is on the inside end of the eyebrow. Then we go to the outside of the eyebrow. Under eye, on the cheekbone basically. Under nose, midway between the bottom of the nose and the upper lip. Under mouth, it's in the crease between the lower lip and the chin. Collarbone point. If you are wearing a bow tie, it's where the bow would fall. And underarm, 1 hand's width from the armpit, about where a woman's bra strap might fall. And top of head. So again, inside eyebrow, using 2 fingers to tap. Some people like to tap both sides simultaneously. Under nose, under mouth, collarbone, underarm, top of head. Easy enough to find. To begin, what you want to do is to identify the emotion that you want to address. Say it's anxiety. Begin to feel where you have bodily sensations, where that anxiety resides. I know for myself, when I feel anxious, I get a racing in my heart, my mouth will go dry. Sometimes I feel my head flush with heat. To me, that's what anxiety feels like. Other people have different symptoms. So just for yourself, begin to notice when you have different emotions, what body sensations go along with them. And now you want to rate on a scale of 1 to 10 at this particular time where you are with that emotion of anxiety. So say I'm feeling anxious at a level 8. Just make a mental note of that. So now we want to begin by going to the setup statement. This is the point we use on the side of the hand. We use the setup statement, and this remains the same regardless of what the emotion you're working with happens to be. But we say it 3 times, tapping. The setup statement is as follows. Even though I'm feeling, fill in the blank with the emotion that you're feeling. Today, as a demonstration, we're going to use anxiety, since anxiety pervades our culture. So you say, even though I'm feeling anxious, I love myself and I accept my feelings. Again, even though I'm feeling anxious, I love myself and I accept my feelings. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love myself and I accept my feelings. Now have a conversation with that emotion as you tap through the other points. First we look at the emotion, we keep recognizing it, let it tap in, become conscious, and then we begin to have a dialogue with it where it shifts for us, where we begin to see the possibility of maybe moving through it. This anxiety runs deep. This anxiety I feel at the most inopportune times. I feel this anxiety in my body. This anxiety runs me. I'm anxious all the time. And sometimes I don't know why. Sometimes I get anxious, but I know it's not from anything current. It's an old response that seems to come up out of nowhere. This anxiety is exhausting. I don't like it. It's debilitating. This anxiety makes me feel sick. It brings up all kinds of fears. It translates as nervousness. It makes me shy, afraid to express myself. But I have things to say, and I'm tired of being held back. This anxiety keeps me from doing things that I really want to do. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to let go of it, but I don't know how. But I'm willing to try something new. Maybe this tapping will help. I'm feeling it in my body. This anxiety is an old conversation. It's been running me for far too long. I'm ready to drop it. I have a willingness to let it go. I have a willingness to do things differently. I love myself. I accept my feelings. And I have a willingness for this anxiety to change. I have a willingness to see that in this moment I'm safe. I can remain calm. I can calm myself down. This is a way to self-soothe, and I'm willing to do that. I love myself. I accept my feelings. I know this anxiety has served me in the past, but I no longer need it. It is not useful to me now. I have a willingness to let it go. I love myself. I accept my feelings. And so it is. Now take a deep breath. Check into your body and see if the level of anxiety has ratcheted down. I said I was at a level 8 as a demonstration, and I'm going to say that it's feeling more like a level 5 at this point. And that's considered a successful round of tapping. Easy to do. So try this at home, and you'll see how easy and effective it can be. It can have a profound effect on your levels of stress, and it can have a great impact on your wellness and your well-being. I hope this is helpful to you. Thank you.